Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 17th through the 23rd. And during that time, we'll have a waning crescent moon, and that's a really good time for surrender, rest, and healing, a time to let go, and just kind of think of where you've been this month, where you want to go for the next cycle that's coming up, because the new moon happens on the 23rd, and of course that's a really good time for a fresh start, new beginnings, new thoughts, new things coming in. So keep those moon energies in mind as you're moving through your week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Pisces. So please take what resonates today and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is a new romantic cycle begins, which I think maybe it was the Sagittarius collective that also had that card. So if you're a cross watcher, you may want to go check out that reading as well. All right, as I'm shuffling, I would like to let you know that my weekly reminder is that you get out in nature this week. So take a walk in the woods, find a beautiful park or an area with a really nice view. Maybe have a picnic, kick your shoes off, get your feet in some grass, do a little grounding while you're out there. Whatever ways that you relax in nature. I mean, I know for me, I'm a bird watcher. I love hiking through the woods. I like looking at, I'm fascinated with mushrooms, and the Paul Stamets documentary that I watched, I don't know, a couple years ago, really opened my eyes to things. And now I find that my awareness has changed and I see them everywhere on every little thing. It's just fascinating. If you're in the woods, like what's growing where on trees or dead logs or that sort of thing. So hold on. I feel a sneeze coming on. Let's see if I can stop it. Okay. I did. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, about getting out in nature. But yeah, just get out in nature and just really try to connect and close your eyes and just enjoy nature a little bit this week. So that is my weekly reminder for you. And the card that's coming out for you on your new romantic cycle here, Pisces, is the 10 of Pentacles, which is this is our, generational wealth security. This is happy family, happy life for generations. So if that is a part of your new romantic cycle, I love that for you. And to me, what that means is that if you are partnered up, you and your partner have kind of the same long-term goals, and that's very important in a relationship, that you kind of both have your eye on the same kind of prize, which I love. I think that's awesome. Your current situation is the Page of Wands. So some new thing in the way of passion, and maybe again, if this is in your romantic cycle, this could be that maybe you find some activity that you both enjoy doing together. It could be that maybe you've discovered pickleball and that's your new romantic thing to do every week together, your new date night activity. It could be anything really, but there's some kind of new passion here that's, and it could just be with each other, but it's like you find something in each other that you enjoy, like an activity that you enjoy doing that just really brings you both some enjoyment, which is awesome. At the root of this situation is the Knight of Wands. So this is action in the way of passion. So, maybe you're just trying to be more passionate with each other, more involved, more engaged, and that's never a bad thing. So, keep at it. That's all I can say there. In your recent past is the King of Swords. So maybe you were coming into this cycle where things have just gotten a little, our King of Swords is kind of our Mr. Spock, kind of very logical, very non-emotional, and maybe you've kind of noticed that in your relationship and you're thinking, you know what, we need to throw the passion back in. We used to laugh more, we used to have more fun, let's find those ways to do that. And I know, as life changes and evolves, and especially, depending on where you are in your life, I know, for us, of course, we were very passionate, we're very young, all of a sudden kids are here and it gets harder. It's harder just to find that time, to find a date night, to spend time together. And I do remember that even for us, it wasn't even about going out. Sometimes it was about maybe our kids went to grandma's house, and I remember a couple times just having spaghetti dinner picnic on our living room floor because it was different and fun, candlelight. And it was just like, oh, we can be in our house without someone crawling all over us. So sometimes those phases, when you have kids, you have to just start getting creative about what you do for passion, what you do for fun. And as those phases go on, it changes all the time. Then your kids become teenagers, and they're kind of gone, where you get a little bit more of your time back. And then if you're like us, we're almost empty nesters now, and so we have all of our time back basically. We can really pick and choose, and we have a great time with, we can go out anytime we feel like it. So those cycles change throughout your life, so don't feel like you're so stuck in it, especially if you're in that young child mode right now. I know where that's probably the most challenging time, but it does get better with time. You start getting some of that time back. So I don't know, I was prompted to say that. Somebody needed to hear that. So if it was you, I hope you got something out of that. What's on your mind this week is the Magician. So here's the Magician saying, how will we manifest this new romantic cycle? What will we choose to do it? Will we choose money? Will we choose emotion, passion? Will we choose intellect? Maybe you're going to pick up a book on how to add that passion back into your relationship. Wouldn't be unheard of. So, the Magician is asking you, how do you want to proceed with this? How would you like to address this new romantic cycle? And what do you want to do? If you're going to start something on the 23rd, which is a new moon, and you say, you know what, for this next cycle, we're going to go on a date every week this month, or we're going to do XYZ this month. Again, like play pickleball. We're going to do something that we have fun and laugh and enjoy together. So if that's your new cycle, choose what that is for yourselves. Get it going on that new moon, and stick to it for a while, and until it becomes a habit for you. What is just ahead of you this week is the Seven of Swords. Interesting. So this is about cunning, craftiness, a hidden agenda. And so, do you have a hidden agenda when it comes to this? Maybe. And maybe you have to kind of trick your partner into this. Maybe you're wanting more passion and they just want to take a nap. And so you might have to trick them into, again, the fun thing, the whatever that is going to kind of just spark things off, to kind of light that match and throw it on the relationship. And your advice position is King of Cups. So here we are, being very knowledgeable about not only our own emotional ways of doing things, but also your kingdom. So how do these decisions that you're making affect your partner? How do they affect your kids, your family? Right. So make sure that everybody's kind of taken care of in that realm. And again, if it's more time apart from your kids for some of you, make sure that your kids are well taken care of during that time, and that they're doing something that's fun for them, so that when you all come back together, everybody is happy, right? What is beyond your control this week is a little bit of debate. And this could be debate about, no, I don't want to go to pickleball. I want to go have a spa day with you. I want to go get massages. Depending on what it is, it's beyond your control to have some sort of debate about it. And that's fine. That's fine. You're going to come to some good happy medium, I'm sure. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is a lot of choices. I would hope this is probably your secret desire, is that you get all of these choices to make whatever change. And we also have two sevens now on the table. So look up angel number 77 and see if that means anything for you. But maybe you're trying to avoid having too many choices. You want to narrow that down. Or maybe it is your secret desire to have all the choices in the world. And that's, the world is your oyster. What can you choose? And maybe you have that, maybe you really don't. That'll be kind of your big question of the week. And if you don't have that many choices, then you just have to do what you can do. And your outcome position is the Ace of Wands, which is like, aha, right? This is yes, it's a new passion. It's saying yes to at least making that sort of change, if that's what's going on with your romantic cycle here. So let's see what's hidden from you at the bottom of the deck. Oh, well, that's good. So this is the card of be feeling stuck, like how did I get here, and having to think your way out of it. And you don't feel stuck. You don't feel stuck. You feel like you want to do things to spur on fun change and to make life just more fun and more light in whatever way you need to do that, which I love for you, Pisces. So I've been in that position where you just start to feel like, oh, we just work all the time. We're not even having fun. What are we doing here? Oh my God, and you have to start making those adjustments. The magician is saying you have the power to make those changes to make sure that you are at least making time for each other. So definitely pay attention to that and do those things this week so that you can carve out some time for yourselves and then make a habit of it. All right, the Soul Oracle deck says for Pisces this week, embrace your power. Yeah, embrace your power here to manifest the life that you want. That's what we're all doing here is trying to, you spend you should be spending a lot of time like, how do I make it better next week? How do I make it better next month? We're all trying to just get to the place where, you get to envision the life that you want, and then you're taking each step every day to try to get yourself there. So embrace your power to do that, because you do have the power of manifestation. And, I said this earlier in a reading, manifestation isn't just about thinking about the thing. And I use the example, it's not about thinking I want a hole in my yard and then just crossing your arms and waiting for the hole to appear. It's about saying, I want a hole in my yard and I'm going to pick up the shovel and start digging. So you have to start doing that work to get yourself there. Things don't just come to you. You do have to work for it, but you have to take those first steps, and as you dig that hole, it gets easier and easier to dig. And all of a sudden you have a hole in your backyard. So just saying, you have to pick up that shovel, and you do have the power to do that. So do embrace that power. All right. And your self-care card, Pisces, for this week is the card of peace. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend the performance. Make your life a drama-free zone. I love this card. I've read all of these cards, but I just forgot about this one. It's been a few weeks since I got this deck. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend the performance. Oh my gosh. Where was that card earlier in my life? The card of peace. I love peace. And Pisces, I hope you love peace too. And I hope you have peace in this new romantic cycle as you kind of escape the drama that's out there. Embrace your power, build the world that you want, manifest the things that you want and how you want to live day to day. So, Pisces, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a message down below. Let me know, what did you argue about a little bit when it came to how to spend that time together? Do you have a lot of choices, or are you limited on your choices? How are you throwing passion back into your relationship? So, I do readings every week. Come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you. Also, if you enjoy my reading style, of course, if you hit like and subscribe, it helps push me up in the algorithm, and that is really helpful for me, and I do appreciate that. But also, more importantly, Pisces, it'll help you find me next week. So thanks so much. Good luck with all of this, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.